Hello everyone, this is Cindy from Monarch Mom DIY. Thanks so much for joining me today. We are going to make 3 fall DIYs using items from the Dollar Tree. The first item is using all of these things, some pumpkins, some metal words, a scarecrow, some hay bales, and the main item I'm using are 2 of these beach signs. I took them apart, took any stickers off the back, and to me they just looked like they could be part of a fence. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to give the back of each piece kind of a messy coat of white chalk paint. I want it to look like a weathered fence, so I'm not going to be concerned about it being solid white. Once the white chalk paint was dry, I took Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant. It's a dark gray, and I'm just going around the outer edges of each piece and then lightly dry brushing some lines on the front to give it that weathered look. Next, I'm taking 2 of these 5-gallon paint sticks and I'm painting them also white and then with the elephant gray like I did with the other pieces. And now we're going to glue our fence together. You'll notice that I kind of set the beach sign pieces, some are a little taller than others just to give it a little more character. So I also wanted this piece to be able to stand up. I plan on putting it out on my porch. So I'm taking one of these are just the particle board signs that you can get at Dollar Tree. I had already painted it gray for a past project and didn't use it. So I did end up getting that to stay. And then I was just having some fun with some of these other fall objects that I had found at Dollar Tree. I knew I wanted a scarecrow, a little bit of floral, some pumpkins, and I wanted to use the metal word welcome from the metal word 3-pack. So here you're watching me, I'm just kind of figuring out what I want to use and where I want to place everything for this. I would call it like a fall fence vignette. I was thinking about leaving the straw bales in the plastic, but it really did look a whole lot better once I took the plastic off. It was a little bit messy, but just a little bit of fallout, not too bad. I did hot glue these in place as well. For pumpkins, I found this pumpkin and football sign and also the pack of paint your own pumpkin ornaments, plus those white pumpkin clips. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to use. But in the end, I ended up using one from the football banner and one of the paint your own ornaments. The ornaments had 4 in the pack and came with 4 pieces of jute twine to hang. So I tied 2 jute strings around the top of each of my 2 pumpkins that I decided to use. I thought about painting the pumpkins, but then decided that I really liked the natural look of them, just how they were. Next, I'm going to take the welcome word from the metal words, and I need to make it darker because the silver is not going to stand out on the white fence. So I'm taking chalk paint in the color truffle, it's a dark brown, and using a sponge just to sponge it on the front and make my word darker. Here I'm just putting a little hot glue to attach my two pumpkins to each other, and you'll also see I attached the welcome up at the top left. I really love how this turned out. I didn't know what it would look like when I started, but I really love it for my porch. The next item I'm making, I'm using one of these hanging pumpkin signs, some of these window vinyl clings, a piece of scrapbook paper, some paint, and Mod Podge. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the hanger and separate the two pieces of the pumpkin. I'm not worried about the glitter side, I'm just going to flip it over, but I'm going to trace this onto my fall plaid scrapbook paper, trace around and cut it out so that I can Mod Podge it to the back of this pumpkin, which will now be the front. So just using a light layer of matte Mod Podge that I got at the Dollar Tree, I'm going to spread it out with a brush on the pumpkin and then press down the cutout from the scrapbook paper. While that is drying, I'm going to give the inner pumpkin a coat of white chalk paint. I thought these window vinyl clings were so cute, and I loved the words that were on here and the font. I had a hard time deciding which one I was going to use, but ended up going with the Be Thankful. So I put down another layer of Mod Podge, and then I'm going to stick the words right in the middle of the pumpkin. I did do another layer of Mod Podge on top of this scrapbook paper on the outer pumpkin, and now that it's dry, I'm repunching the hole so I can put the string in to hang and also the string that will attach to the middle pumpkin. Also, I did do another layer of Mod Podge over the words and then decided it was a little too plain, so I added a couple of the leaves as well. And I think I'm going to get one more of these signs so I can do another one with the other words. Our third fall DIY is going to use 6 of these wood houses from the Dollar Tree, some of the poster letters, and some white chalk paint. The back of these houses is actually pretty easy to remove from the house type frame. So I did detach all of them and peeled off the colored paper. It did leave some white paper, but it actually looked pretty nice. Once I got the backing and the paper off of all 6 houses, I did take this sanding sponge from the Dollar Tree just to get away any rough edges of glue or paper that had been left behind. So here are the 6 house backs with the white paper. I am going to give them a coat of white chalk paint just to make sure the letter stickers are able to attach. So I had 2 options for the letters. I actually was originally going to use these poster letter stickers, but then I did want to also show the option using my letter stencils from Walmart that I've used before. I did decide to go with the black smaller, simpler font of these poster stickers, and so I'm just placing one in the center of each of the houses. I do not have the frames attached back on these yet. I just wanted to make sure I got the stickers where I wanted them first. And the last step was to reattach the frame to the back of each house. And here's how they all turned out. I really love it. I do plan on adding to this on the backs for Christmas. Thanks again so much for joining me today for these 3 fall farmhouse Dollar Tree DIYs. If you like what you saw and you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you will be informed of all my future videos. Thanks so much and have a great day. We'll see you next time.